Every week I come on here and say Raw sucks. Well, we come on here and say Raw sucks. This week, I'm going to credit where credit is due. I enjoyed the show. I thought it was good. I thought it was good for real. Some parts were funny. You know, some parts had meaning and importance. A couple moments that made me legit pop. But we'll get into that after this glorious bomb.
Glorious. No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will defend.
Yes. You heard it here first. Well, maybe not first, but Raw was a good show. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it very much. I should probably do it this other hand, but as I look at the notes here, Raw took place from the Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, home of the Cavaliers. Good show. Show opened up with Roman coming to opening the show. Shark Cage was set up in the ring. He says he's ready to take the Universal Championship from already said that he's ready to take the Universal Championship from Kevin Owens. Kind of like a jokey attitude, not like really like seething, like, you know. And in the last show, he was powerbombed through a table, and at the beginning of this show, he's laughing and joking. The whole segment, he was just kind of like, it's whatever. I didn't like that. It's one of the few things that I disliked on the show. I didn't like that. I didn't like how he was kind of this, oh whatever. I lost the Universal. I lost the U.S. title. I got powerbombed through a chair, through a table. Oh well. Like, you know, I'd rather have seen him really like angry. But but you know, that's Roman Reigns booking. Owens pointed out that Reigns has put a lot of people through announce tables, but Kevin is the first person to put Roman through an announce table. That's actually false. Well, he's the first person to powerbomb Reigns through the table, yes, because I remember AJ Styles doing a phenomenal forearm, and they both crashed through the table. I remember that, but yeah, he is the first person to powerbomb Roman through a table. And Jericho says that he has a good mind to come down to the ring and punch Roman's teeth down his throat. Reigns said, "Did you just give me a rematch?" Kyle goes with the yes chance. And Kevin accepts on Jericho's behalf and says he has a vision that Reigns is going to be the one locked in the shark cage at the end of the night. Yeah. That's how the first segment went. About 10 to 11. I wasn't yawning before this, I swear. But about 10, 11 minutes. You know, Raw never opens up with matches anymore. So, you know, you can take what you can get. As long as it's a good promo, a good segment, I'll accept it. Because they never start with matches. I would rather a match start the show, but it never happens. So yeah, we had that. Next we had Gallows versus Cesaro. Before the match started, it was announced that the club will face Sheamus and Cesaro in a tag team titles match to kick off the Royal Rumble kickoff, so I should say. And there will be two referees. Two referees. It's kind of stupid if you ask me, but I guess the way there's been so many distractions, one person distracts the ref and the other person, the way that's been going on for this entire feud, I guess that makes sense. So yeah, during one of the commercial breaks of the match, Sheamus chased Carl Anderson out of the ring, out of the ringside area, I should say, back to backstage. Later on in the match, Cesaro locked Luke Gallows in a sharpshooter, and Carl Anderson came from hit Sheamus with a running single leg drop kick, and then got up and distracted the ref, and then which allowed Gallows to recover out of the sharpshooter and hit a fireman's carry flapjack for the pinfall victory. So Luke Gallows pinned Cesaro. Interesting one there. Next we had a segment between Mick Foley talking on the phone with Stephanie McMahon. Sami Zayn came in as her spot in the Rumble. Mick was about to give him the spot in the Rumble when Stephanie said he has to earn it in a match against Seth Rollins. Interesting one there, a match against Seth Rollins. Then she says she asked Mick to take her off a speakerphone so that she can explain her plans for Seth Rollins for this match. And Foley relayed the message and told Seth, if Sami wins, he gets your spot in the Royal Rumble. And if so on, so Seth loses, he doesn't get a spot in the Rumble. So there you go. Then we had the match after that. Good match. Probably the best part of Monday Night Raw was Sami versus Seth. Good match. I enjoyed it a lot. Some "this is awesome" chants, some "holy shit" chants. I enjoyed it. It was a good match. Sami went for the Luva kick on the apron. Seth stopped him. Hit with a pedigree on the apron. Got some "holy shit" chants. He rolled Sami into the ring, and as he's about to cover him, Triple H music hits. And of course, Seth, he's been so obsessed with Triple H for the past few months that he stops what he's doing and looks and like, come on, Hunter, blah, blah, blah. And then eventually Seth Rollins realizes that he's not going to come out. Seth hits him with a small package for the quick 1, 2, 3 and takes Seth's place in the Royal Rumble match. Yeah. So no Seth Rollins in the Royal Rumble. We do get Sami Zayn. I wish that they would have had both, because both of these guys are extremely talented, but I guess that this is going to lead to something between it'll probably it probably just advances the feud between Seth and Triple H more, which I understand, but I like to see both in. We get a cruiserweight segment. Mustafa Ali making his Raw debut, got the pin, then imploding 450 on Drew Gulak. They're starting to call Jack Gallagher Gentleman Jack Gallagher. Oh, goodness gracious. New Day comes out to the ring, talks about one of them's gonna win and they'll all be their Universal Champion. And then Enzo and Cass came out. Said that Cass gonna be in the Royal Rumble. Rusev, Lana, and Jinder Mahal came out and said that Rusev is gonna be in the Rumble. Then Titus O'Neil came out and New Day's gonna shut up. And Titus says that he is going to be an 8-man tag match. Us 4 versus you 4. Xavier Woods says. Well, it's 5 of us over here, and the 4th of you is Lana. And then the whole crowd started chanting, and Xavier calls Lana fine, which she fucking is. She is goddamn hot. But yeah, she won't be wrestling on TV. She does people that don't know, I think everybody does know at this point. She does wrestle NXT live events. But she is besides the one match at the WrestleMania, she hasn't wrestled on TV yet. But Titus says we do have a 4th, and here he is. And then Braun Strowman comes down to the ring. So it ended up with Enzo in the ring with Strowman. He tried to give him a DDT. Strowman caught him, reversed into the running power slam after the match. Strowman's celebrating and roaring and all that shit. And then Big Show's music hit. And they have a stare down. Different type of holy shit moment that when we all reacted when we first saw Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn in an NXT ring, or Finn Balor coming to the ring for the first time on Monday Night Raw, the first time to the demon shit, like a Nakamura entrance, you know. that's different types of holy shit chants, like a move that makes you go holy shit. This was more like a sight. Just like these two guys are larger than fucking life human beings. You know, they're both like, they say Big Show's 7 foot. I don't know if he's 6 foot, 7 foot for real, but Strowman's like 6'8", 370 or something like that. And Big Show, who has lost a lot of weight, it looks like he's in great shape. He has also 7 feet, 350, 360 pounds, and just like wow, like. But yeah, these two behemoths in the ring, and just like it's crazy to see. You know, this, yeah, Strowman and Big Show in the ring, and Strowman left saying their showdown rather will happen when he wants and where he wants. I'm imagining this will happen in a Royal Rumble match, so I guess that takes Strowman out the running for winning the Royal Rumble, as they'll probably do a Strowman feud, which scares me because I really think they're gonna go with Undertaker or Goldberg, which I don't really want to see. So, yeah. So Strowman and Big Show probably have a program after that. Probably end up with Strowman getting put over, and then Big Show. They said they're gonna go Big Show and Shaq at the thing, but we'll see about that. But yeah, just it was nice to see Big Show back. You know, it looks like he's in great shape. Nice to see the big guy back. Yeah, where do I want to go next? I don't know where I want to go next. Yeah. Let's go on to the next match. How about that? There's nothing else I really want to say about that. But National Championship match: Roman Reigns versus Chris Jericho. The biggest part of this happened after the match, besides Kevin Owens destroying Byron Saxton on commentary. Kevin Owens interrupted the match, jumped in, beat up Roman, beat Roman down during after the match, I should say. So Roman won by DQ. Chris keeps the title, which also worries me that they're gonna put the U.S. title, the Universal title, on Roman, which, you know, that still is a huge fear of mine. They're gonna do this. And it's gonna be a tremendous flop with him holding the belt going to WrestleMania, just like we all knew last year he was going to win the belt at WrestleMania. It's not going to work, and WWE wants it to work so bad. They want to make Roman Reigns his top guy, but it's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Too many people dislike him. It's just not gonna work. You know, he's not popular. They have, in order for it to work, he has to be a heel. That's the only way I can envision Roman Reigns being a successful WWE superstar. Well, a liked WWE superstar, because he's already successful. Yeah, I don't know. But after the match, the short take got lowered to the ring after Owens and Jericho were beating down Roman. They throw him inside. Of course, Super Roman escapes before they can put him inside the cage. Reigns throws Kevin inside, locks it, and raises the cage above the ring, with Jericho hanging on. Jericho's hanging on to the bottom of the cage, trying to help his friend, and Roman comes around, Superman punches him right in the jaw. Owens is screaming and yelling, blah, blah, blah. Reigns hits a spear on Jericho. Hits a spear on Jericho as he leaves. And as he leaves, he's laughing and blah, blah, blah. And Kevin's still screaming. After commercial break, Kevin's finally lowered. Chris Jericho's there. They slam the cage door, it seemed like 87 times. One of the interviewers, or one of the backstage reporters or interviewers, or whatever you fucking want to call them, is in the ring and says that the match on Sunday between Kevin versus Roman will be no disqualification. Jericho and Owens flip out and start yelling and screaming, and then they storm off. Next, Nia Jax beats up another jobber. After the match, Sasha Banks comes down. She looks like she's limping. Comes out on a crutch, and she looks like she's limping and hurt. She goes to the ring and attacks Nia with her crutch, so I guess she was okay. Hits a Meteora off the ring apron and lay Nia out. Yeah, that's how that went. Went from main eventing how many? Not. It's kind of sad to see what they've done with Sasha Banks, because that Hell in a Cell, she main evented the whole show with Charlotte in her hometown, and now she's reduced to being a kickoff match against Nia Jax. So what can you do? But in my opinion, they aren't really using her to. I don't know. She was in the main event for a long time, so I guess you could say it's fine that she's finally dropping down. But I just think they could do so much more with her. Part of using her to her full potential is her being healed. But we should see that probably after Mania. But this whole thing with her and Nia is cool. They've had a decent build to it. They've had some good moments. I look forward to the match on Sunday. It's interesting to see how that's gonna go. But yeah, after that, another Cruiserweight segment, Rich Swann versus Noam Dar. Dar came out with Alicia Fox. Swann hit the Swan kick for the win. After the match, Swann on the microphone called out Neville, or Pac. I'm not calling him Neville anymore because he's acting just like he did in the Indies. But yeah, Neville comes out and runs down to the ring with I like his new heel music. He tried to walk out. Swann hits him with a tope con. Was it a tope suicida, tope con heel, tope con hero? One of them. I don't really remember. Tosses him back in the ring, but then Neville escapes. They talk about Goldberg's gonna be. Well, on my notes I didn't put the next part, but it was a segment with Cedric Alexander getting interviewed backstage. They ask him about Alicia and everything like that, and Dar and Alicia come up. And Alicia tells Cedric, "You will never be anything without me. You'll never be a champion without me." Blah, 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 blah. Scream, 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 scream. Dar says, sorry I had to steal your girl, but are we cool? Blah, 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 blah. Something along those lines. Dar, and Cedric tells Dar, as far as she goes, we're cool. But you still attacked me last week, and he shoves him down. So they have a match on 205 Live tonight after SmackDown, if anybody watches 205 Live. So yeah, that happens tonight at Tuesday night, 10 o'clock, 205 Live. Cedric Alexander versus Neville. That's what it was. It was Cedric talking about how he wants the Cruiserweight Championship. And then Alicia came up talking about you never be a champion, blah, 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 blah. But, of course, we all know this is going to lead to a match between Cedric and Noam Dar. Another match between these two. Some time on. It might be in a Royal Rumble kickoff or something. But these two competitors will compete in a match, and that will probably be the end of their feud. No telling when that will be, but we'll see. Maybe we'll get some more information on 205 Live tonight. Last segment of the night, Goldberg walks down to the ring. Apparently, he headbutts the door before he leaves. Every time he goes out to the ring, he headbutts the door. Well, this time he busted himself open. He probably gave himself a fucking concussion because he was stumbling over his lines and he didn't know what he was doing and what he was saying. Paul Heyman came out, saved the fucking segment. Then after Paul came out, said his little bullshit, the Beast incarnate Brock Lesnar comes down to the ring. Brock comes down to the ring and he jumps around and skips, and Goldberg tells Brock, are you gonna stand around here looking like a dumbass? Brock goes down to the ring. He circles the ring, jumps to the ring. They stand face to face. Then you hear gong. The Undertaker's gong goes off. The crowd goes fucking insane. The lights come back on. Undertaker standing right there in the ring, and Raw goes off the air with Goldberg, Brock Lesnar, and Undertaker standing face to face in the center of the ring. And for the first time in a long time, I didn't want Raw to end. You know, it's crazy to think about that, but for the first time in a long time, I can honestly say that Raw was good. And they actually gave me something I wanted to see. They gave me something. They left me wanting more. I want to know, what the hell is Undertaker doing? Why is Undertaker here? Why are they all in the ring? I want to know why. But one of those guys going to win the Royal Rumble. It just wouldn't make sense for it to be anybody. Well, it would make more sense for it to be anybody else, but for them to put as much time as they did in the lasting impression for the entire week, when you look at the end of Monday Night Raw, it's those three part-timers, I'll just say it, in the middle of the ring. It was still a cool segment and a cool sight to see those three in the ring for the first time. Probably the first time all three been in the ring at the same time. But, you know, I fully forgot, like, Baron Corbin and Bray Wyatt and, hell, Randy Orton. Randy Orton's here all the time. You know, I feel guys like Dean Ambrose. I'm not a big Dean Ambrose fan, but guys like him who's always there. Sami Zayn's always there. You know, guys that are there 24/7 that doesn't look like they're going to get the opportunity to main event WrestleMania. I know WrestleMania, I know that Vince wants to sell tickets. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn will put asses in seats. Maybe not to the extent of it becomes a must-see thing for the casual fan, because for a hardcore wrestling fan, if you're asking a hardcore wrestling fan, do you want to see Sami Zayn versus Kevin Owens, or Undertaker and Roman Reigns, or Goldberg and Roman Reigns, and it's strictly like a wrestling standpoint and what that can offer you in a wrestling match and in a program, like a feud, hardcore wrestling fans will take Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens because of the in-ring ability that those two have. Undertaker and Roman Reigns, that's not going to be something that we want to see as a WrestleMania main event. I know that Undertaker's probably going to put Roman over, whatever, try to make Roman into this dominant guy who's gone over all these legends and stuff, but that's not the way to go about it. It's not going to work. To me, if Roman wins, one of those older guys is going to end up main event in WrestleMania. You're going to end up winning the Royal Rumble, so that's going to be a sign right there. If Kevin retains, then we might see one of the younger talent get a shot, which I'm all for. But if Roman wins, I feel like they're going to try to put that star power into that match with Roman, try to build Roman up into the guy that they want him to be, which, you know, going over Triple H last year, then going over Goldberg or Undertaker the year after that. That's an impressive resume, but not the respect that they think that he should get with it. That won't come with it if we don't truly believe that he deserves it. WWE needs to realize that I know this is their guy. He's been their guy for a long time, but it's not organic. It's forced, and that's the biggest problem with it. It's not an organic push. It's not an organic, getting over with the crowd. It's not. It's all forced. It's all, we're gonna make Roman into the guy. Royal Rumble a few years ago eliminated 12 guys. We're gonna make Roman a main eventer, no matter what happens. That's not the way to go about it. That's not the way to go about it. And I hope WWE realizes that. I hope Kevin retains on Sunday. I don't think he will. But we'll see. We'll see. As for Raw, I got a little off track there, but whatever. Raw was good. If you're a person that watches the next day, waiting on some reviews, watch it. Seth and Sammy is probably the best TV match this year, if I'm being honest. Probably the best TV match I've seen this year. Yeah. I was trying to think of other TV matches. Not been that many really good TV matches. So this is probably the best TV match this year so far. Probably will hold up for a little bit longer, but we'll see what happens. This is one good Monday Night Raw. Let's see if they can chain another one together. Let's see if they can bounce it out and have a good SmackDown too. leading into the Royal Rumble, have a good Royal Rumble pay-per-view, maybe we can start looking forward to these shows and these network specials, which I think they're still doing every month, which is, you know, 2 a month is ridiculous. Let's see if they still keep the 2 a month thing. Hopefully they do 1 a month. That would be great, but 2 a month is just fucking draining. But we'll see. This is one good Raw. Just like we saw with the brand split, we had that really good Raw, and it didn't follow up. Let's hope this one follow up. Like, comment, subscribe on the video. Tonight we have Biggs with his SmackDown Live review. He will be live tweeting at night. Somebody will live tweet 205 Live maybe. Then tomorrow we got NXT. Saturday NXT Takeover. That review, that prediction blog will be up soon. As well as Royal Rumble predictions. We might do a show on that. Might do a Google Hangout thing on that. I don't know, but we'll see. Thank you guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow us on Twitter, Internet Smarks 1. Yeah, that's it for this one. I'm kind of rambling, but thank you guys. Catch you guys next time. Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Internet Smarks 1 for all news, rumors, and updates for everything WWE, as well as live tweets for all WWE programming.